You're listening to the Academy Podcast, presenting an innovative curriculum for personal growth. Sit in on exclusive conversations with influential people as they share the secrets that made them the front runners in their industries. Now, here are your hosts, Austin and Kagia.
Hey, so look, man, I just got a bone to pick because it's something, all my life I kind of been hearing this. Somebody will go to a mechanic and if it's a black mechanic and something happens that they don't like, and I'm talking about black folks, they'll swear off black mechanics. I'll never go to a black mechanic again. Right. And then if they get a black painter to come paint their house and something go wrong, man, right. I'm never dealing with black business again. Right. And so over time, what happens is, man, if one black person do you wrong in business, you'll never deal with them again. And so, but it doesn't happen the other way around. Now, folks will never go to a dealership and swear off dealing with white people because they got a bad deal at a dealership. But as soon as a black person doing wrong, and I'm talking about black people, as soon as a black business doesn't do everything they wanted them to do, they swear off black business. And so that's one of the ways that makes it hard for a black business, because you ain't coming to me because somebody I don't even know in a town that you used to live in didn't do you right. So you won't give me business because you don't do that kind of business with black people.
And it's a stigma too, like that. Like, no, don't go over to so and so because they ain't do me right a couple years ago. So they're not as professional. Their building doesn't look the nicest. And I receive that, but I believe this though. I think that we, with mechanics, with shops, with restaurants, I think there is a benefit, and we should be, to buying black. Now let's say I say anywhere you go, you're going to have some positive and negative experiences. But I do think as African Americans, we got to pour into our own community too. You feel the same way?
I feel it, man, and I feel like how much room are we giving one another?
Not much.
Like it's very easy for us to get upset at black people when we don't like something that happened in their business, and so take our business elsewhere. Right. And so we need to give them the same benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, some leeway.
And we give everybody else.
Yeah,
but it's so ironic that we're so quick to jump and blame the whole race.
Right.
We did, man.
Yeah,
we ate the applesauce, man, because I can understand if somebody else was doing that, but we will blame our whole race.
Right.
Because of one black mechanic.
That's true.
Where come on, man.
Or you had one bad experience at one, a black-owned restaurant, so now you can't go to any of them. This is stigma for everybody. But what's crazy is white folk will be up in that black-owned restaurant. They will sure enough be in that boutique store for sure. They don't mind waiting in line. They don't mind being in a hole-in-the-wall space. And then we can be honest, man, some of the shops that we go to in the hole-in-the-wall spots, those are the best ones, man. Straight up. I just really do believe that. I believe that those spots are the best ones. And I love my people, man. But I think that,
but my wife ain't going to know. She looking at the outside. She looking at the grass, the lawn care. They need to manicure the bushes outside before she walk in, right? She walking in, she'll check the bathrooms on you. Look, you better be spotless if she gonna come in there and get some food.
Some of the best soul food I've had, hole in the wall spots.
I know we had a couple of hole in the walls in South Carolina, man. That was, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was good. I believe
famous. People coming from all over. I'm driving past the place like that place.
Right. Yeah, no, I love that. So man, with everything that's been going on, I think one of the positives that's been going on in our society as of late, especially the last month or so, has been everyone on social media, buy black. We're gonna black out everything. We want to buy black, man. Why do you think that movement has been taking place so strong as of late? Why do you think we kind of have gotten back to it?
Well, I think with the whole movement now, with us going beyond police brutality, when we're talking about systematic racism, one reason that works is because it's also a financial thing. And with us having all of our money bled out of our pockets and going elsewhere and not flowing back, then that perpetuates the problem.
Right.
And so one of the things that we do have the power to do is spend money with our own. And let me tell you this. I'm talking about from little. I've always tried to avoid businesses if I found out they're racist. I found out something about Shell way back in the day. Dude, I didn't go to Shell till a few years ago. because I heard that they supported apartheid like when I was a teenager.
Right.
And so I don't even, Publix used to be, my wife had to drag me in. I love it now, but she had to drag me up in Publix because back in the day, Publix had a problem promoting black folks when they were in Florida. And so I've always kind of shied away from people if I knew that you was messed up. And one thing that came up recently was I just realized that I found out that Chick-fil-A was racist. And I had a line, right? I was like, look, bro, if you're gonna have a racist owner, you better have some good product. You know what I'm saying? You better, because Chick-fil-A, I swore off Chick-fil-A a few times, and I'll find myself right back in that drive-through. So look, if you're gonna be racist, boy, your product better be good.
Okay, go on, man.
Your product better be calling me because I'm trying to avoid you as much as I can. And your product, look, so you can't be racist and just be a regular spot.
Right.
Because you won't see me.
Right.
And hopefully I can get over Chick-fil-A too. Hopefully I can get over it. But I'm just saying that mug be calling me, Doc.
Doc,
Call
I hear
me
you
every time.
No, I hear you.
I'm a little hungry and I'm passing Chick-fil-A, man. It's tempting. I'm sorry, man. Hey, take my black card, but give it back to me because I'll swear them off again.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So, today, man, on AP with Austin and G, man, we got somebody, some two young ladies on here who are great. Who we got today, man?
Man, we got two sisters. And when I say sisters, I can say sisters because they black. You know, I call all black people my sisters. Yeah, but they're also sisters. They're siblings. All right. Yeah. So we got two sisters we about to bring in here. We got Joelle and Janiah. Both of them are doing big things out there in business. I won't even tell you how old they are. You're going to find out soon. But I'm just so proud of them because they're out here doing things. And there's some black businesses we can support because they got good product. And when you go to them, you can say, look, I ain't going to nobody else. you won't say I'm not going to no more black business. You said, look, I'm going to stick to this business right here. And so I'm glad y'all came on today. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Yo, that's what's up. Yo, thanks for being on today. You guys are awesome. You guys are two young entrepreneurs. Tell the listeners about the business that you all have. Tell us the name of it. Tell us how you guys got started.
So my name is Joelle, and I'm 13 years old. My business name is Slay All Day Nails, and I started Slay All Day Nails when I was 12 years old. My mom said that when we were 13, we were going to be able to start wearing press-ons ourselves. So I was my 13th birthday was coming up, so I started to do research on press-ons. And when I was researching, I looked at a place called Etsy, and different people were selling them. And then I went to my dad, and I was like, different people are selling them. Like, why don't I start my own press-on nail business?
And so my name is Janiah, and I am the owner of Slay It Proud, which is an educational and apparel company. So I would say it started when I was really inspired by like the Black Lives Matter movement back in the day.
Right.
So I just thought of negative stereotypes of African Americans. So I wrote Black does not mean and wrote all these words. And I showed it to my dad, and he was like, oh, wow, you should really make a T-shirt out of this and sell it. So yeah, that's really how it started.
That's kind of how it started. And it's just kind of on from there. So
okay, now let me jump in and ask this real quick, because like both of y'all got Slay in the name. All right. So it's Slay All Day Nails, correct?
Yeah.
And it's Slay It Proud. Now you would think that your last names were Slay or something. So help me now. Y'all sisters, where did Slay come from?
So I mean, like, we've always been like, oh, you slayed it or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I was thinking of different names, and that one just popped up in my head. And then Janiah, she started at 12. I started at 15. And I started in June.
I started
in July.
I started in like September, October, somewhere around there.
Right.
And I kind of took Slay from her to my business. But I also like the reason it's Slay It Proud is because of the song by James Brown, Say It Loud.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I got the name from. So I made it Slay instead of Say.
No, I love that. So what do you think you all have learned most, starting young, starting the business? What's been the experience like for you guys?
It's been really cool because like you have something of your own and you're able to like express your creativity and like your different items in your shop and stuff like that. But I've learned like different finance skills, like how to manage my time, how to deal with like communication with different people and be more professional.
Yeah.
And I would say that with a business, you learn things that you don't learn in school because, school doesn't really teach you a lot of stuff for your adult life, where I would
Right.
say business really helps you to kind of get a head start on what the adult life will look like.
Right. 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 And
And is it true though when you're in business, and I guess in the fall you'll have a better idea of it, but when you're in business, you may go to school a little differently because you kind of know what you need to know. This is like, I can use this information, so you may have a different appreciation for some stuff. So you're like, why am I learning this? But it might be something you'd be like, oh, I got it. I know why I need this now.
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the fall.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, being young and I guess experience being the big factor in terms of teaching you all something new. What would you kind of pinpoint where you said to yourself like this is something I could do for the long haul? Because some people start stuff and they don't always finish it. What was kind of the moment for you all when you realized this is something we can kind of pick up and keep going?
I don't really like to work for people. I always like I'm very driven and I don't really like
You're independent.
yeah, I'm kind of independent.
Kind of.
So I never really wanted to have a boss. Like even when I wanted to go into the medical field when I was younger, I always said that I wanted to start my own like healthcare business or whatever. So I've always wanted to have my own business. So I think that's something that when I started this one, I was like, oh, maybe I can carry this business into the future as my full-time career.
And for me, I think my business where I saw maybe this can go in the long run is I have my message is really to share Black history with others and also inspire us Black teens to, go after what we want to do and everything and look at our
Right.
and see what they did before. So a lot of people really like that message and they really support me in that. So it's something that I think can help me in the future, um, just with people liking the message so much.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Yo, G, she kind of said that she don't want no boss man. So she don't want nobody telling her
Listen,
what to do. She want her own money. She want to cut the check. So I got to ask you guys right now, is it just the two of you that run your business? Do you all have people under you yet? What's going forward for you guys in terms of in that realm?
You can start.
I would say it's mostly me, but I still get a little help from my dad every now and
Yeah.
then. But yeah, no employees yet, but
Oh, production.
oh yeah, well, I guess that I also have a production partner who helps me with
Oh wow.
shirts and everything. So
Yeah.
I would say that's a person who works for me.
All right. So I do all the production of my nails by myself. Like I paint every single design and stuff like that. But with my shirts, because I just brought these to my shop, I do use the same like production partner as my sister. So that the shirts I don't really do by myself.
Right. 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 But I mean, it sounds like you guys got the support not just from each other but from your parents. What's that been like? Having the support. How was that like when you kind of just really introduced your parents to something we want to do? What was that like for you guys?
It was really fun because like it was like more of like a family kind of thing. Like it was another way to bond with my dad because he has his own business.
Right.
And then it's just like really cool to do something that you love and then have like parents who are so supportive of what you love to do.
so you all talk a lot of shop, I'm assuming, at the dinner table. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that you all kind of just banter ideas and things like that. Tell me about family dinner. Like, how is that? Would you at least three businesses in one household? Like, how's that work during family dinner? Y'all shop talk?
Well, sometimes we do, but we also have like family meetings that we kind of write down future ideas,
That's
past
good.
things we've accomplished, goals, and everything. And that's something I've really learned from because I've learned that setting goals is really important. And that you can really it helps you to achieve them more. And that's something I've definitely seen happen for me is my goals being met because I wrote them down and I said them to people. So
Okay. So tell me this, because and this is a throwback to something you said earlier, but not wanting to have a boss. Now, how did you find that out at 12, 13 years old that you didn't want? Because like your only boss is living in the house with you, right? At this
Right.
point. So how'd you find out that you wanted freedom for the rest of your life, like in the workplace? Tell me about that.
Because I don't really know how I would function with somebody always telling you something to do. I would say I'm pretty independent. That's probably why I don't really want a boss.
Very independent.
But yeah, that's probably why I would say I don't want a boss. I feel like I've always knew that since I was a child. Like I've always knew that I didn't want a boss.
So I think that that's going to really help you in the future as you kind of continue to grow your business and other ventures that you do, because I think that's going to set a standard to say, look, I want to own this. This is mine. I want to be able to have employees under me. That's something that I want to do. Now, I think for me, it's interesting because, listening to you all is typically, when you all start at your age is, it was like allowance when I was a kid and small time jobs. But for you guys, y'all making your own money. And so what's that been like, kind of making your own bread?
It's been really cool because like this Christmas, like we used to always get like, like the little melted Reese's. That's what they always used to get, like the little chocolate from the dollar store.
Yeah.
And now they're actually getting actual items. So like this Christmas, they were like, we got to get this business going.
And for Father's
and
Day,
birthdays.
my dad was like, wow, like y'all business buddies actually like working really good because we got him some good stuff.
So the family is reaping the benefit of you all's success. Huh? Yeah.
Hey, listen, this is the perfect time for y'all to stack money because you don't have any bills yet, right?
Yeah.
This is
I
the
really
perfect
want to
time.
save up to try to buy my own car. So that's something I really want to do with this business. Save for that.
No,
Yeah, because you don't want to do what I did with my first car. I bought a car, but it didn't work long. So if you save longer, your car will run longer.
Yeah, you get exactly
I
what you
saved
want.
for the summer, and my car broke down like as soon as I got to college, like right in the street in front of the dorms. It was so embarrassing.
Right. I'm trying to think. My first car was like a 1996 Toyota. But if I had a job and I had my own business, making my own money, I probably would have got something a little better than that, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. So for you guys, as you're making your own money, you are you're definitely kind of deep into what you all are doing. Talk to me about social media a little bit and how that's been a benefit for you guys. What's that been like? I know one of you all were featured on the Shade Room. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was crazy. Like, okay, so Instagram has been really good for me because I've been able to reach out to different Instagram influencers and they've been able to tell their audience about my product and I've been able to get followers and get sales off of that. Like when I was on the Shady Room, it was just like crazy. I got like over 700 followers, which is like crazy.
Wow.
Yes.
And so you're able to connect with other influencers, let them know, look, I got this product out, and they push your stuff and they're able to get it out. And so I assume with both of you, because I know you were on the TV network too, on the local radio, on the local TV station, correct?
Yes, I was featured on the news about 4 times. Yeah, 4 times.
Oh, wow.
And I've also, from that has other things have come. People have interviewed me on other things, and also the Tampa Bay Lightning Foundation and Derek Brooks Charity had this event for middle schoolers where they had teaching them like Black history. It was an event.
Right.
They actually brought me there as a panelist, so it was really cool.
Yeah, one thing that is a danger of happening. I don't think you had this problem, but if you have a good product, but you're not ready for the influx of orders, did that happen to one of you all where you got some exposure and all of a sudden you got all this backlog of orders and I got to get this out, but I got a life too? Like, did anything like that happen?
So with one lady who I had reached out to, she had posted me on her page. I got like a good bit of orders and stuff like that. I wasn't prepared for that because I did not know that was gonna happen at all. So I didn't have, if I would have known, I would have gotten more inventory. I ran out of inventory, so I only had like 3 things in my shop that was left.
Wow.
And so I went and got inventory, but I think because of like the limited stuff on my site, that um prevented some sales. But when I knew that when the shade reached out to me and they were like they were gonna feature me, I went like the same day I went and bought stuff, and I was like I actually had inventory, and
Right.
they featured me, so that was really cool.
So you were able to just kind of make a change in your website, have more stuff available to kind of push that stuff out.
Yes, and like I like to get my orders out pretty quickly because I love shopping online. So when I
Yeah.
order something, I want to get as quickly as possible. So I like my turnaround time to be pretty fast. So I had 21 orders to do from like a couple of days, and I sent them out in I think 3 days of getting them, which was
Wow. That's
That's
actually
business.
that's
That's good
business for
business right
sure.
there.
With Shayroot having 19 million followers, and with you, being on the news station, at least 4 times, that means you got to have some impressive customer service, not just with putting the orders out, but has it been difficult, I guess, dealing with customers? Has there ever been a situation where you had to kind of step back and make some changes, or what's it like for a young person having to deal with grown folk when it comes to, just your own business, things not working out maybe the way you want them to?
I think definitely being a teenager is an advantage that we have because people are more understanding when a
Mm,
mistake happens. So I definitely have had multiple mistakes. I would say the first one I had is when I put up this size and they ran smaller. So I had to send them a whole another size. And it was like, I would say three, maybe 4 people who that happened to. And I've had other people who like stuff hasn't gotten there on time. And I'm just like, sometimes it's like, whoa. I'm like, no, this is not happening to me. And it's kind of, I get like a little stressed, but then I'm
right.
like, okay, just like calm down and just figure out and communicate with people so that I can get it fixed. So sometimes it is a little stressful, but when you apologize and you're like, I'm really sorry, people are more understanding, I guess, because one, you say you're sorry, and two, I think being teenagers and young people is an advantage that we have.
I feel like I've had only one situation that I can think of right now with it. Is one time I had put back up a listing and I only had 5 shapes available at that time, and I accidentally put up another one. So this lady ordered something in a different shape. So I wasn't able to send it to her. And what I did is I was just communicating with her. I was like, I don't have that available. I'm sorry that I accidentally put that up. Here's a coupon code to get off your next order
Oh, I love that.
for it,
Yo,
basically.
I love the coupon codes, bro. I love the
That is
coupon codes.
awesome.
Yo, and I think that's important with communicating, because I think, on social media, it's kind of been no secret, especially for those who follow the Shade Room, what kind of happened with B Simone, how she kind of put out a certain product and it was some book that they thought was a book, it wasn't good. And I like what you just kind of said. You all kind of take ownership of it, you communicate, and I think one of the reasons why she got killed on social media was the fact that maybe she was blaming her team and everybody else. But I think it's important. You all know at an early age, like, look, this was my bad. I can make it. We can make it up to you. The coupon code, that kind of just diffuses the situation completely when you're transparent, open. But I like that point that you made, though, that because you all are younger, that does help you all out and people are more understanding. So that's dope. I really do love that.
That-
Shorten it.
so quick question, because I know some people, they're looking at you too and they're thinking, listen, either it's their parents that's doing all the work, or they just lucked up and lucked out, and for something they just hit on something big and that's why they're successful. Kind of talk to me about, because I'm not getting that from you all. Kind of talk to me about the actual work that you put in, and how you got successful doing it on your own.
I would say I've learned advertising, a lot of like advertising things that I've learned to help grow my business. Like Facebook ads is something I've learned about, and also, you know, first like pitching to news stations to get on there and try to get interviews to um, spread my message and spread my business out. That's one thing I've definitely learned is advertising is very important. So Yeah, when people say it's like your parents doing it, is definitely like, do you think I'm just the face of the business? And
Right.
when there's so much actually behind it that we have to do. So, yeah.
I would also like agree with what you said, and like the luck thing. Like I feel like what I'm doing is like what I my strategy when I did influencers, it was trial and error because some of them didn't answer
Yeah.
and some of them did. So I wouldn't say like if somebody said like it was just luck, I would say like it's not necessarily luck. I would think it's trying and not giving up and still being strong on your why on why you're doing this and keep on going. That's what I would say. And like for the parents doing all the work, not really true because my mom's at work and my dad's doing his own business and I'm there painting the nails. So
Right. You all doing a lot of the grunt work, and that's true
So,
too.
so how'd you come up with the different? Like, say you want to come up with a new nail design or something. Like how? What's the process?
So like one of the first things I would do is I'll probably like go to like the hashtag trending nails or like nails of Instagram or like nail art and see what's like happening or like go on Etsy and see like which nails are like best sellers at the
That's
moment
a
or
good
something
one.
like that.
Yeah.
And then take inspiration, not copy, but I mean some nail designs look the same,
Right.
but take inspiration from the person and make it in my own way and then use that to kind of not formulate, you know,
I
make
got
my
you.
new design.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I see. So you do the research,
Yes.
right? And that's big. That's big that you
Yeah, that is.
actually
That's
do
for sure.
research and you're not
That's
just throwing stuff out there.
right.
And because you're not even basing it on the fact that you like it, you're basing it on the fact that what's selling right now. So you're not saying, look, this is what you need. You're saying, what do you want? And then you provide what people want. That's
Right. That makes it
yeah,
happen. That makes it happen. And I think too, with your t-shirt business, everybody is, especially right now, is t-shirts are in high demand, creating stuff. I mean, we've bought our own stuff. How are you able to kind of research and add new things? So I know you talked about the inspiration of the Black Lives Matter movement, and that's been big for a lot of your shirts that you have now. What type of things are you kind of your creative mind? What are you looking for when you create shirts that you feel like you can push out? 'Cause I know it's not just the custom orders, but you want to put out some of your own things too.
I definitely say I would, see I definitely see what the stereotypes are,
Mhm.
and I definitely want to create shirts that go against that. That's what I feel like my message has really been. So my first shirt was about that. The second time I made a shirt, it was instead of black does not mean, I said black is, to show like, you told them
Yeah.
not to tell them what you are. And then I made a shirt about, the history that I said. So it's like the more we know our history, the more powerful we become. Um, and I also made one for Juneteenth because that is something I really wanted to tell people more about,
Yeah.
especially when it came. So,
No, yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
so
That's dope.
your shirts have been basically your billboards.
yeah.
So I always wanted to, and I kind of got this from Pastor Doggett. I always wanted to have different T-shirts from my church and have my members just wearing them all over the place because it kind of advertises for my churches. So you basically have an idea that you want people to get away from or to understand that stereotypes are not necessarily true. And
Right.
so that I'm assuming that's a message that you want to push, and you've been able to make money
By doing
saying
that.
to people what you want to say to people. So that's pretty cool.
And I would definitely say the history that I put out on my social media is definitely another thing that really helps me to sell the shirts because people, when they go to my page, they're not just saying, oh, she just started this like 2 days ago, but she's been doing this for months now and putting out history every week. So I
I
think
love
that
that.
definitely that really helps sell my products.
Yo,
Absolutely.
so with that said, when you talk about when people go on your website, talk to us a little bit about the quality of how your website looks. The fact that the professional, I've been on it, it's professional. It looks like you got a whole team behind you. Talk to me about how important that is in terms of the image, because sometimes, as G mentioned, earlier on the pod, that sometimes they can have a good product, but it looks bad when you walk into the store or the website's not all together. So talk to us about just in terms of it looking like it's quality for sure.
I would say that's another thing that definitely helps to sell because people they when they see the website they definitely want to know that it's trustworthy and that if I buy from this person I know that the product will come out well. I know that it will look good, and also this business is legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so yeah. Also, I also put a history aspect of my business on my website with my virtual African American museum. And so I
Oh
worked,
wow.
yeah, I worked with other Black teens on it to put some videos together, and I have it on my site for people to see.
That's dope. Yeah, no, that's dope. Yo, I gotta ask you this question, G. Let me just be let's be real now for a second. When you're working with black owned businesses and you got black folk that come on your stuff, people always want to hook up. Can y'all talk to me about the hookup? Like, what's up owning a black business? I know y'all got friends that probably text you, hit you with the inbox. How do you manage the hookup with certain people? What's that like for you? Do you just have a policy like no hookup? Like what the price is what it is? How do you as business owners kind of maintain? Because when you kind of find somebody that has the hookup, man, it's like everybody wants to go that same well. So what's that like for you guys?
Sure. I mean, I definitely would say for some people when they ask for a hookup, it's like they want to pay this low price. And
Right.
it's like if you want to buy it for this low price, I'm not going to make any profit off of it. But also, some people, it's like the first time they meet you, they want to hook up already. So it's like, I don't even know you like that, and you already want
Right.
to. So it's kind of, sometimes it is kind of like, I don't want to say annoying because that's like, I,
No, that's a good word. It's mad
but
annoying. Yeah.
it,
No, but that's good though. That's good though. I mean, because I think like you said, everybody wants to hook up, just even if they don't know you. And I think especially in our culture, sometimes because we're the same color of skin, they're like, "Yo, what's the hookup on this? Can I pay a little bit less to get top quality?"
Yeah,
yeah.
and like somebody like sometimes I do like little like not games but like little fun stuff on my story where you can like interact with my business and stuff like that. And so somebody was like, I'm broke but I want nails, stuff like that, and then I was just like, look out for the next sale coming soon. So you still have an opportunity to do it, and I think my nails are pretty affordable because of like the prices that they have in the nail salon.
Okay, all right. So now, do you do anything else besides nails?
I mean, I started my other business that's like a body care business, and my dad and I, we my dad and my sister and I, we are doing like this camp to help other teens start their own business.
Yeah,
When you,
talk to us about that for a little bit.
yeah.
So it's a 1 week camp. We have it from July 6th to the 10th. And we're going to be like going over skills like how to manage your
What
time,
we did.
how to like pitch to different stations and influencers and stuff like that, how to know your why and your message, how to find what you want to sell, like different skills that you're going to need to learn. So by the end of the camp, they can already have their business name and everything ready to start selling.
Yo, I love that.
Okay. Okay. So I got a serious question because I know you hear it all the time. You sound way above your age, but so what are you exposed to? What have you been reading? Who are you watching? Who do you look up to? What's feeding you?
Yeah.
Um, my why I would say what's like pushing me to keep on going is to like inspire other girls who look like me to know that you can do like anything. Like hard work will literally take you everywhere. And the person who I look up to because she has like a beauty brand is probably like Kylie Jenner
Yeah.
and like Rihanna because she has Fenty Beauty. What I'm watching, I usually watch like different entrepreneur like vlogs on like YouTube and stuff like that because they also share their experience and they share tips because I'm always still learning, I'm always wanting to learn stuff that will make my business and me better, stuff like that.
Um, I think I would say one thing that keeps me going in my business is people like saying, wow, I've learned so much from your business, and you need to keep on putting out these videos because they're really helpful. I've learned, like even my dad will tell me he's learning new things from my business. So, and the history I put out, but also, I think a brand that I really look up to is God is Dope. Like having
That
God,
is a dope shirt line. Yeah.
I see it like outside, like I'll just be walking, I see
Yeah.
a God is Dope. So I think that's definitely a brand I look up to, and maybe I want to be able to just walk outside and maybe see my shirt on someone I don't
And
know.
somebody say like, yo, that's like God is dope for sure. Because when you see it, the first people say is like, yo, where did you get that shirt? Where did it come from? Yeah, that's dope. I think for me, I love you kind of using that analogy because it's your brand. It's something that you worked hard for. It's your blood, sweat, and tears. And so you want to be able to go outside and nobody that got a hook up, somebody you don't know is just rocking your stuff out. I think that's like the ultimate feeling for sure. Hey G, you're too low. I think you're muted. No, you keep
when,
doing that, bro.
when I order t-shirts, look, stop laughing at me. Listen, when I order t-shirts, I'm always worried about what they're gonna feel like. So I might like a whole line of t-shirts, but I'll only get one because I want to make sure it's right. Because either it can run too big or too small, or it's the wrong material, or you wash it and it's all messed up. I had one shirt that was real fly, but after I washed it, the collar was bigger, and it was kind of feminine. So I was like, I wore it when it was new, and then I had to give it to my wife. But so how'd you go about choosing what shirt company to go with, and do you always stick with the same company for your material for your shirts? Because I know you may be able to go to another shirt line that's cheaper and make more profit. So tell me about that process.
So through my partnership with the person who prints my shirts, they have their own printing company. So they definitely like to use good material shirts because, since they're selling, for me, print on demand to ship to people, but they're also printing for people to people who come to the shop to buy stuff. So, it has to feel good when the people get it.
Right.
So, yeah, I definitely would say it is definitely worth it to pay a higher price so that people can have good quality t-shirts.
Yeah, I love that. I like a good feeling shirt. I don't want to watch the same shirt somebody else is wearing. I want it to be nice. I want it to feel good too. So that's definitely for sure. And I hate shirts that fade too, bro. I hate the shirts where you got the dope graphic but it fades. I can't. Yeah, I can't stand
I
it.
don't mind shirts that look a little distressed, but I want to be responsible
Yeah, that's a fact.
for putting the stress on it.
Yeah. So look, ladies, we begin to wrap up. What's your message to somebody you all's age that wants to start? If there was something that you knew that you know now that you could have learned a lot earlier, what's some wisdom and advice you give to somebody who's listening, who may have a young person or the young person themselves are listening and says, I want to start my own business?
I would say just do it. Don't be afraid. You're never getting younger. It's like a good time to do it because, you'll still be able to get the experiences that you need that will take you far in life. What was the other thing that I was thinking? Wait. Okay, go ahead because I can't remember.
I would say, like she said, just do it because at this is definitely a very good age to start. You can start making your own money. You don't have to work at like fast food or something like that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's something I was really scared of. Because like I feel like I would be stressed in that situation, but
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely it's a time to learn, and if you make mistakes, it's I feel like the best time to make mistakes and learn from them. But also, like I said before, you can learn some things that you don't learn in school for the adult life.
Yo, I love that, man.
Yo, so I know Austin's ready to ask his farewell question.
No. I saw you perking up.
Before you ask that question, just I want y'all to know I don't have any daughters, and I got 3 boys. I really wanted me a daughter. I was hoping to get me a nice dark-skinned daughter. I was gonna call her my Tootsie Roll. I was just waiting to get my little girl.
Is it too late now?
We're finished. My boy just graduated high school.
Okay, so you done. Okay, all right.
It's over. But one thing that just kind of transpired when Kobe and Gianna died, that we were all looking at girl dad.
Yeah.
I was just and look, I got an imaginary daughter that's my Tootsie Roll, right? So I can't imagine having a daughter and seeing what happened to Kobe and Gigi. So I was just wondering how Kobe and Gigi's death affected you all, because you all seem to have a good relationship with your dad. So how did that affect you all?
That was like just really, really sad. And it kind of like puts you in perspective to think like, okay, now I need to start being more grateful for everything I have. And like, I feel like right after it happened, like every single time we go to school, we would give like long hugs. We always say, I love you and stuff like that. I would try not to take like the things that I was probably taking for granted, basically.
I would say Kobe and Gianna's death was definitely hard for us because my dad and brother and the whole family are Laker fans. So
That's right. That's right.
From when Kobe was on the team. So it was a hard thing, and we didn't believe it at first. But yeah, as you said, that relationship with your dad, just thinking about, just you don't even want to have to think about that.
Yeah.
So definitely just trying to appreciate the moments you have with the people.
And it's super dope that he's, you all's mom and your dad, they're so supportive. But it's always dope to see fathers who are just kind of just going hard for their kids. And I think, like I said, one of the reasons why we want to bring you on the show is because your dad was pushing you all stuff and say, yo, bro, we got to get your girls on here. I think that's really important. And I think it also shows that you got a good support system, that even when stuff may not go the way you want it to go, you got somebody behind you, not just God, but you got your dad. And I think that's really, really, really important. Yeah. So before we go, G, you got something else? I was going to ask one more question. We've been talking about a bunch of work. Look, y'all, I realized, G, that if I was making the money that they were making when I was younger, I would blow it on video games probably and sneakers and stuff. Ladies, I know you all are saving, investing, doing some stuff, but how do you kind of keep yourself from not just blowing, the money that you do get? Talk to me about the struggles of that. What's up?
It's hard for me because I'm a spender.
Right.
Spender.
I would say I'm more of a saver so when I was younger, when we would get like money from birthdays and stuff, I would save it up. So then I bought my own shoes and stuff. And I
like, not me.
I know, and that's one thing. My mom is like, so we'll be at the store and there's something I want, and my mom will be like, okay, so if you want it, you can buy it. And I'll be like, no, it's not worth it. Like, I'll put it back. But if she's buying it, I'll like get it. But if I'm buying, if I have to buy it, I'll put it back.
Yeah.
What sometimes if I like have cash, then that's all the money that I can use and stuff like that. But what I try to do is like, once I get to this amount of money, I'll transfer some of that into my savings, and then I give myself a certain amount of money to spend each month as well. And then like I have big goals that I go up to. Like, so when I get to this amount of money, I can buy myself something that I've always wanted. So it's
right.
That like is also something that will like drive me to work harder so I can reach that goal.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yo, well, listen, ladies, thank you so much for being a part. Listen, tell us, we're gonna put it on the podcast information, but tell us how we can find you on social media. Tell us the website information so that our listeners and viewers can go and get some of your product.
Okay. So you can find my products at slayitproud.com, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at slayitproud.
You can find my nails at Slay Nails with 2 S's on Instagram and Facebook, and www.slayalldaynails.com.
Yo, appreciate it, ladies. G, what you think?
Hey, man, listen, I think I'm going to talk to my wife, and we're going to see. We're going to see if we can work something out. Man, I just got to get me at least one Tootsie Roll.
Yo, Sarah and Abraham were in their 90s, so it's not too late, bro.
Bro, I'm a young man.
You young. But I wouldn't suggest it, though. But go ahead. So look, everybody, I appreciate you all tuning into the podcast. Once again, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you share it. Let your friends know we're on iTunes, Spotify for our Facebook and YouTube viewers. Appreciate it. The links for their websites and their Instagrams are going to be on our profile. So make sure you catch it. And we hope to see you next time on the AP. Take care, everybody.
You've been listening to the Academy Podcast with Austin and G. Hit the subscribe button and come again. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and of course, Facebook. Oh yeah, and if you know someone who could use the information you just gained, take a minute to share. Much love from the AP. Peace.